I felt inspired today to share with you my personal journey with the practice of Jade Egg and the very profound healing and alchemy that this ancient practice has blessed my own body and my own life with. So once upon a time, I was very disassociated from my body and felt very little from the waist down, and this included my legs and my feet. And often when we've experienced sexual trauma, it's not a case that we simply just cannot feel our bellies, our sexual genitals, that there's also a lack of feeling, of being in the legs, and a lack of being present in our feet. So the practice of Jade Egg really began to help me feel grounded and rooted. So that was one level of the healing that happened for me, to feel that I started to have something that was anchoring me into my body and rooting me to the ground. The other very profound and empowering impact that Jade Egg had on my life, or has on my life, is that the trauma and wounding within my yoni was being released and witnessed and held by me with the aid of the Jade Egg. So very often we go to a therapist and we can receive yoni massage, or we can have all these therapists that support us with trauma, but there is still something happening to us. And what was empowering about this was that I was in control, and I was in the process of my own release of sexual trauma. And as I said, that's incredibly empowering. It was as if I was in control of giving it back to me and taking responsibility of meeting my own wounds and holding them and listening to them and supporting myself. Jade Egg, as well as really being supportive through the whole process of sexual trauma and body disassociation, has really expanded me as a woman. I've truly got to know my yoni. So really noticing, as I'm sipping in the egg, the different parts of my yoni that sometimes bring pleasure and sometimes bring pain, and being with both the pleasure and the pain. I've got to know what I truly love and what I truly want and what I truly need, and also what I don't want and what I don't need. It's supported me in creating boundaries around my yoni, around my sexuality, around my body. The Jade Egg practice has also invoked a voice in me. There's something very magical about when we're working with our yoni, and one of the gates of initiation is about voice, and how our yoni and our voice, so our voice here and then where we birth our babies, is related of all the times we didn't say no and wanted to say no. So it's really supported my voice and where my voice comes from and how I share my voice. To actually share with you everything that Jade Egg has invoked into my life, and the space it has created for me to really slip into myself as a woman and as a sexual being and a human being with a sensual nature. it's limitless. And I use my egg, use seems a bit of a wrong word, but I spend time with my egg on a daily basis. There's not a day that I don't. It doesn't mean that my yoni always wants to receive my egg. It may be that I just spend time deeply listening to my body and what my body desires for that day. It gives me a time to actually devote to myself and devote to listening, and from there being able to take action that is guided, or take action, committed action to myself. It's really is a practice of self-devotion, self-commitment, self-care, nourishment, love, definitely nurturing, and definitely the ability to listen to self and to be responsible for self. So there's a level of maturity in that, in not expecting rescue or healing from others, but actually knowing that we are our most powerful healer. And I've said in many of my other videos that I appreciate and I respect the online courses that are offered with Jade Egg and the teachers of those, but I do strongly and most passionately believe that we would not give birth to our babies on an online course. And a Jade Egg practice is so profound that it does feel like we are birthing our authentic self. And so therefore to find the support of a woman, or support of women to be with you as a doula through your Jade Egg experience, I feel is very precious. And we kind of need that support of woman to woman and woman to woman to guide us through those times when we need to be held in our pain and need to be seen in our wounds. So yeah, that's just a little snippet of some of the alchemy, the inner alchemy that this magical little egg has blessed my being with.